Nicole Sabrina Barnes, aka Princess Nikki B, is a DJ, radio broadcaster best known for her no-nonsense attitude and sweet, brash on-air personality. Born on March 1st in Montego Bay, Jamaica, Princess Nikki B is a radio broadcaster who is best known for her co-hosting with Leakage Radio out of New York and cybercasted with More FM in Montego Bay. Princess Nikki B began to pursue a broadcasting career when she first worked at a local radio station in Miami, Florida, doing commercials, hosting major events, program and co-hosting various functions, then several similar positions at local stations elsewhere in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She is known for her trademark laugh and role as the Princess Nikki B with this sexy, sultry voice. She is one of the most listened to radio hosts currently on Super Jams Radio, 103.7 FM and 99.5 HD2, located in West Palm Beach, Florida, having one of the #1 programs which set her apart as a woman who is unafraid to take on the world in a male-dominated atmosphere, and is most loved for her program called Glass House, empowering her listeners to strive to do better with their life and talk about what we as a united force could do to make things better for our children, community, and each other. Author Nicole Sabrina Barnes, Princess Nikki B, from an early age stood out being the eldest of 3 to Mr. and Mrs. Barnes. Then her family migrated from Leaders Ave in Mobay to Miami, Florida in the early 70s. In her autobiography called Let's Talk About It, as well as on the air, she has discussed the sexual, physical, and mental abuse she suffered in her marriage and endured losing by way of giving birth and burying her 3 sons through domestic violence. Princess Nikki B formed a nonprofit organization empowering women to fly, which means first love yourself, teaching women to love who they are and not to be dependent on anyone, but to help them become better in life. Despite the trauma in her life, Princess earned a BA degree in business and marketing. Then she moved into education, social work, and became a family partner to children in the judicial system who were in need of a mediator to bridge the gap with parents and court-ordered needs. Glass House is a judge-free zone. Her motto she lives by is love more and chat less. And when you are going up, always remember to lift someone else up. Let's welcome Princess Nikki B to Pathways to Success.
Welcome to Pathway to Success. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Hunter, and I'm right here with the beautiful Princess Nikki, very famous, well-respected radio personality, one who have changed lives, one who have impacted the community within South Florida in a very powerful and mighty way. And so, Princess Nikki, oh my word, I'm so happy. I'm so happy to have you on Pathway to Success.
This is so odd for me because I'm so used to being on the other side by interviewing people, the interviewer.
Right.
So now you're going to be interviewing me. So that means I have to just let all my hair down.
Oh yes, and your hair is so beautiful.
And have all my hair down. I thank you and be truthful as best as I can. Thank you for having me here.
It's great having you. I've listened to you. I've been almost a #1 fan.
Almost?
No, I'm a #1 fan.
Oh, yes.
I keep following you, listening to everything that you do, and cheering you on.
Thank you.
So I'm your #1 cheerleader.
Thank you, sir.
And so I am so happy and honored to know that I can get the opportunity to interview great you.
Aww. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, sir.
But Princess, Lee, tell us a little bit about your history behind that name. But before that, you were born in
the best parish in Jamaica, which is St. James.
St. James.
Yes, I'm from Montego Bay. Born in Montego Bay.
And which school did you attend?
No, sir, nobody with that. Nobody's school at Jamaica. I'm going to school right here in the good of USA in America.
So you didn't go to school?
I'm 100% Jamaican, but let me just tell you real quick, baby. I was raised here. No matter if I try to take my black, green, and gold from him, I'm 100% Jamaican. All right? Yes, sir.
That's what I was asking if you went to school in Jamaica.
No, I went to school here in the United States.
But you went to school here in the United States. But when you arrived here with your family, where did you live first before you?
We lived first in Miami. That's the first place we landed. Growing up as a child, I had chronic bronchitis very badly. So my father was really supposed to go to Canada. So we left Jamaica, went to Canada, and came back and found that Canada was a little bit too cold. So the doctors were like, you know what? Because Nicole has, bronchitis all the time. Move her. Let's go somewhere sunny. So my dad came to Florida. And so Miami, Florida was where we first came when we migrated from Jamaica to here, this Florida, Miami, Florida.
And how did your interest develop? What did you do in school that led you down this path? Did you do anything
no. The radio and media is a fluke. When I say a fluke, it kind of just fell into me, and I have not really shared. I'm trying to share it on my pages. So if you see me on my phone while he's speaking, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I just want to let you all know that I was sharing it other ways through my WhatsApp and through my Facebook. So now I ended up having to go on my Facebook page. So a lot of you are texting me like, where are you? I don't see you. So I'm on Facebook under Pathways to Success. So that is where I am right now. Sending all of you to join me live right now as I posted on my Facebook page on the Princess Nikki B. So you can find me on that page as I am live right now with Dr. Hunter. I fell into radio as a fluke. I went to school for business and my minors in marketing. I was teaching during my pregnancy, 11th and 3rd grade, and I was doing commercials for 1170, which is WAVS. As I was doing commercials for 1170 WAVS, I started to come on radio. Then I ventured off into coming on the radio with Linkage Radio. My name was not Princess Nikki B first.
Right.
What was it?
What was it?
It was something different. There's a Rasta man named Father Gassy that's in New York, upstate Mount Vernon, New York. My name on radio first was called Bobla.
Wow. That's almost like a dancehall name.
It kind of was, because okay, we're gonna jump around. It's gonna make it seem like I'm doing an interview here. My father is a bishop, all right, and
so your father is a pastor.
He is, sure enough is. Hello, Pastor Boy. Hi, Daddy. I love you. I love you. And let me put you on the family chat real quick. We got a family chat. We got a family chat. You can see they say family. See family, right? Family. We tap on the family chat. I'm gonna drop it in the family chat. Join me live now, and it's going to my family. I'm live now.
Right now.
So my dad is a pastor. He's a bishop, Faith Tabernacle. He's been a pastor the majority of my life. Since I was 7 years old, my father became a pastor. So you have to know who you are as an individual to do what you love. And I realize that radio is what I love because I see it's just not something that I do, but I see there's a ministry behind what I do. And when I say a ministry, I'm not speaking in retrospect of it being like church, because there's different forms of ministries that are not tied to church.
Right.
So my name was Bubla because my personality. And at the time, my ex-husband didn't like that name.
Right. Does that mean you can dance? Because normally
no, sir, no. Me can't bubble. Me can't whine. What bubble I got? Me can't. Look here, everybody who know me, I dance like a little white girl. Some white girls can dance. I don't know how to dance. I can just whine. They can't even bubble. But depending on how the wind blows, it's got another car that I try to do my thing. Other than that, I'm not a bubbler. But my personality was basically what they call me. I used to have the listeners to call on Linkage Radio to kind of figure out what they were going to call me. But let me backtrack. I was a dance hall DJ.
Right. Oh, you were a dance hall DJ.
Yes. I learned how to play music by scratching first. Mm-hmm. And I got a phone call from a renowned reggae artist. And I was going back and forth a lot to Jamaica to do a lot of kids events. And he was like, yo, where come on Jamaica? You need to check me, And I was like, all right. So I went and checked him in the hills or wherever. I'm not going to say who the artist is.
Right.
I said, come like I said, we need to wrap your head and take you back over here with me because I want to stop playing the dance hall music. He was like, play more conscious music, more So for me, not listening to dancehall is something I really can't get into.
Right.
It kind of like irritates me. So I'm more of a conscious vibe, chronics, you know, them kind of people
Right.
that listen to that kind of music. So, um, with that being said, though, my name being Bubbler, I was working for a previous radio station that was called Friends FM with Frankie Lex. Frankie Lex is the true person who made me to be who I am on radio today. Um, I was on his radio program, and one day my laptop stopped working on the
Wow.
air.
On the air. Wow.
And he said to me, talk. Hear me to myself, talk about what? What am I talking about? When we saw you used to just scratching people their music, and I would make a one bag of noise and demand them in the studio. I was making up all this noise like the man in the radio station. And he was like, talk. I said, talk about what, Frank? He said, talk about anything till we figure out the laptop. I was like, all right, I got this. I was raised in church. Start talking. And from the moment I started talking, people were calling in about their problems. People were calling about their situations. And I was just affirming some things in the atmosphere, like saying, you know, you're great, you're amazing, you're positive. Don't let people speak negativity. So that was where I really started on radio first talking, was on Friends FM with Frankie Lex. And then I left and went to work with Linkage. I was simulcasting from my room, my bedroom upstairs, to New York. I was on a Mount Vernon. I was on a Mr. Bagger station in Jersey. I was being then cybercast in Zimbabwe and in England.
Wow.
I was coming on in Nigeria. So I had a lot of people that were pulling my cybercast, whatever, to listen to me on the radio from leaving Frankie Lex to them. So one day, while we were on the radio station, my ex-husband at the time did not like my name, Bubla.
I'm sure not.
He didn't want nobody. How would you want a man to call your wife Bubla?
No, nobody would. That's why I said I'm sure not. I'm in agreement with him.
Yeah. So I had the people call in, and nobody could come up with a name for me. So Father Gassi in Mount Vernon, New York, a radio personality, said, Princess, all the rest of my
Yeah.
Princess. And I was like, Princess Nikki B.
Wow, love that.
And I was like, what? I got a ring to it.
Yeah.
B is already my last name.
Right.
And I was like, I'm going to stick to the Princess Nikki B. So no matter how much people might try to call me Queen, the Princess Nikki B is kind of because I trademarked my name. My name is trademarked. And I don't want to go back to changing the Queen for Queen. They don't think it's song right. The Queen people don't sound right. They don't sound right. So that's how I got my name changed, sir.
That's how you got your name changed.
Yes,
And then moving from, so you were in New York for some time doing.
No, I was in Florida. I was in Florida cybercast.
Cybercast.
And then I moved to Boston. So every state that I went to, I always ended up on that radio station.
Right.
So I was in Boston. I was on a radio station there with Quentin and Shay. And that radio station shut down. And then I ended up moving back to Florida. And I was on Gospel Reggae FM with Brother Gary. I've been on radio for years. So to someone know, things me just a start. No, sir. And I've been getting a fight because I'm a woman. I'm a strong woman in a male-dominated industry. And this is why I tell women who are in media, you have to understand who you are, because a lot of men will try you because of your personality. And people be like, why you haven't moved on further in your life? It's because when I set up
You're holding on to your integrity.
You pass
Hold on to your integrity.
It's read my mind. You gotta hold on to your integrity in the whole. You gotta know who you are as an individual, because people will try you in the positions that you're in. So I really never done myself out the road. I stayed who I was, true to who I am as an individual, because I didn't want nobody calling my name around a circle. My sheets ain't dirty, and I didn't want nobody to be calling my name up on nothing. So this is the reason why sometimes it seems like I haven't moved further from where I'm at, is because I've decided to bring myself back from where I don't want to go. In a male-dominated industry. Media is very male-dominated, where the man would try you. They want to look a side piece, find a side, look a juke once in a while. I don't want to be none of that. And when it don't work out, you trying to mess with my money for my gift? You crazy. Talk to me.
Well, you have really excelled in a male-dominated environment, because you're following shows and the love that the people have for you. It's like you're like some people's oxygen. Every day they want to hear
I need
the
to
next
be
thing
my
that you
own
want to say.
oxygen, sir. I'm trying to inhale my own air. But you know, it's true.
Yeah.
It's so true. And in reference to how much the people love me, and sometimes I feel like it ain't real. Because you know, I grew up as a pastor's child,
Yeah.
and what I realize is that I don't really. People don't impress me.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like the love, they love me, yes, but at the same time, I feel like the love that sometimes you get is not really for who you are as a person, but because of who you are as an individual.
Right.
That makes sense.
Right. That makes sense. They love you because of your gift, of your personality, but you, the individual, you don't feel that love.
Not really like.
I don't understand. No, you understand how your father feels as a pastor.
I do. I do.
No, you understand how your father feels as a pastor.
Like you love parts of me, but you don't love parts of me.
Yes,
You know
yes,
what I mean?
yes, I do.
So it's very difficult being in this arena.
And how many years have you been in this arena?
Boy, cha-cha. My daughter is 15, 14. I've been on radio longer than since Tilly was born.
Right.
Longer than that. Probably about 16 years I've been doing radio. Just about. I can make an album on party. Yeah. About 16 years. So because Tilly's 14, she'll be 15 in February. So I started in radio during my pregnancy with her. So basically, say give or take about 15 years.
About 15 years. That's good. And the impact that you've made, I mean.
I used to host a lot of events. A lot of people know me from hosting the majority of the gospel events here. And hosting a lot of birthday parties and weddings. People would fly me. I had a doctor that she flew from Jamaica, but she flew me from Florida to Jamaica from England. She lived in England to have me host her wedding for her just by meeting me on radio. She's never met me in person.
Right.
And she said, Nicole, I think it would have you to host my wedding for me. But I live in London. I don't know if that's going to be a problem. And I'm like, no, it ain't going to be no problem. How much you paying? I gave her a cost. When I gave her, I think at the time I told her $800 and she sent me like £1,000, English pounds. And then when I got to England, she ended up giving me more money on top of it of how great the wedding was. And so I met a lot of people on this path that I'm on from radio.
What were some of the artists that we're going to look at that you're an author, but before we go to you being an author, what are some of the prominent people in music that you have interviewed?
I know a lot of people. I don't know. I just know everybody. I do. I know everybody. From Mike Murray, I'm sorry, Mark Murray, which is Buju.
Mark Murray. Buju Banton.
From I don't know. I know everybody.
Buju.
I know everybody basically. Hezron Clark.
Uh-huh.
The other day somebody messaged me and he was like, before me drop off, I'm gonna do some dubs for you. I'm the can't call a person name because he's a person of stature.
Right.
And I'm not a big person on the whole dubs thing. I'm not. That's not really cool. And just the connection of me knowing you, it's a great thing for me.
Right.
I know a lot of people.
Right.
And a lot of people, when they see that I know a lot of people, like, I didn't know you know that. It ain't nothing to really talk about. You know what I'm saying? They pick up the phone, they check on me, we check on each other. So big up to the people who know I know you and you know I know you. Yeah.
I like it.
we know each other.
She's not giving out no specific names.
No, and it's honestly speaking, I'm gonna just show you somebody in my phone, so you would know
I recognize that the camera. Nobody out there would be able to see what I'm seeing here.
No. And when I show you who I know, you're gonna be like, okay, you really know everybody then. So let me come out of here.
But you're very famous and you're a celebrity right here in the United States of America. And what I like about you, you're a celebrity among the Americans and the Caribbean.
Yeah, because
all nation and races. That's what I like.
Because I'm intertwined. I'm not necessarily just a Jamaican artist or a Jamaican person.
Yeah.
I intermingle with a lot of people. And I know people sometimes they bad mind me for how I am because I can swing from being Yankee and I can swing to being Jamaican. Yeah. I lived in Ohio for so long that a lot of people didn't even know. You know that case?
Oh yes, man. That's the person we were talking about just yesterday.
I'm a little body.
Wow. That's major. That's major right there.
When I say I know everybody.
Major.
When I say I know everybody.
I just watched an interview with him about he was speaking great about Merciless passing.
Yeah.
I just watched that interview
So,
on
I
YouTube.
do. I know a lot of people. So sometimes I tend to not really, and I don't. It's not clout, not because I know people. Because at the end of the day, this is what I tell my audience: people don't impress me. People don't care how much you know. People care how much you care.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, everybody got to wipe their bottom. You got to brush your teeth like the next man. Got to put on deodorant like the next man. So for me, it's not about clout. It's not about, oh, that person big. And no, at the end of the day, we're going to be buried in a box and go right back in the earth. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't really gravitate to all of that because we're all, to me, God's children. We're all on the same page.
That's why you're so loved, because you're a humanitarian too, a philanthropist.
Yes.
We're going to take a short break with Princess Nikki B, and we're going to come right back.
I say hi to my mom right there. I want to say hi to my brother, Jonathan Barnes. I want to say hi to my sister, Kenya of Kenya's Closet. My sister-in-law, Lakeisha Barnes. I know we going to commercial, but I'm just trying to say hi to all my little peoples, all my beautiful 5 nieces and my only child, Talia Broderick. I love you. To my mom and my dad, I love you guys. Yes.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Pathway to Success.
Are you looking to advertise your business? Look no further. Pathways to Success is offering 3 30-second slots each Sunday of the month for $100. Please contact 561-331-1524 for all inquiries.
Kamar Gallimore Ministry presents Gospel to the World, featuring gospel greats like Papa Son, Prodigal Son, Minister Marion Hall, formerly Lady Song, Mr. Gallimore, Shepherd, Carrie Diamond, AG Icon, with MC Princess Nikki B. Gospel to the World, Sunday, August 14th. Doors open at 6 p.m. Showtime is at 7 p.m. at the Royal Palm Beach Cultural Center in Royal Palm Beach, Florida. Tickets are $40 pre-sold and $50 at the door. Purchase tickets online now. GospelToTheWorld.eventbrite.com. For more information, call 561-563-1969. Sponsored by Gallimore Border Group. Gospel to the World, Sunday, August 14th. An event not to miss.
Caribbean Gospel TV, the official station for Gospel to the World.
Right here, backstage on Pathway to Success with the famous Princess Nikki B. She was born on the beautiful island of Jamaica. We're going to debate. I'm from Kingston, she's from Montego Bay, but I won't debate with her because Princess is going to beat me out on that one.
No,
you understand?
No.
And so at the end of the day, I have to just say Montego Bay, man.
Montego Bay, St. James, Leaders Avenue. I'm a real Jamaican. Real Jamaican.
Jamaican?
No, sir. No,
Jamaican?
What I talk about? No.
But you have 2 citizenship.
It don't matter. My passport said born in Jamaica.
Okay, I love that. Born right there.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we want to say happy 60th anniversary.
Independence to our country.
Jamaica.
Yes.
And both of us are from Jamaica.
Yes.
One is from Kingston, one is from Montego Bay. So
2
2 different sides of the world, but we're all one. We're all one. Now, tell us about your book, because you're also an author. Tell us about your book. Let's talk about.
You know, it says laziness. Why am I reading that book?
Mm-hmm.
I wrote a book that's called Let's Talk About It.
Yes. What is it about?
That book was just a memoir of my life as a pastor's child, and basically about the church overall. Because sometimes, you know, you said something or somebody said something that church hurt is the worst kind of hurt. But My book is basically just about my life itself, about some of the things I've been through and how people can go through things. Okay, let me put it this way. You all have a book locked up inside of you. You have a story that somebody is waiting to hear. There is something that's traumatically happened in your life that you can write on pen and paper and you can bless and heal somebody else. See, the thing is this, sometimes we don't want to hear what Dr. Hunter has to say because we're too connected to Dr. Hunter. But if the person around the corner writes the same thing Dr. Hunter is going through, you'll accept it better from the person around the corner because you're not connected to Dr. Hunter. It's like your mother telling you, clean your room, clean your room. But you know, somebody come in and say, you know, Nikki, your room kind of dirty. You need to clean up in there. It kind of hits different because it's coming from somebody else. Right. So I wrote a book basically about my life and some of the things that have gone through, just to let people know you can survive. A lot of people get tired of me talking about this story, but this is my mantra. My mantra, this is my go-to. When we feel like someone go to the edge and almost go prison, when we see the lights are flash, the blue and look something the lights, but just remember, say, Nicole, you have lost 3 kids. I buried 3 children, being a abusive marriage, right? And the only reason why I say this is because a lot of women feel like there's no hope for them when they lose their children. And I pull them back in and say, look, things traumatically happen in your life, but guess what? You can push past them because if me anyway, I could be walking around here often, I say, with my panty on my head like a hat, and I should have been swinging my pocketbook, my shoes like a pocketbook. Can you imagine? I take off my shoes, imagine, no, I can't take off my panty and show you. Imagine, no, I take my shoes, I swing my shoes and I have a pocketbook. You know what I'm saying? We have gone through so many things in life that will cause us to feel like we will get to the edge, but you have to have something that you have survived that will remind you that God is a keeper. So I wrote a book, not to just remind myself, but just to help other people, to let them know that you can get to the edge, but guess what? You have to find what that thing is inside of you to pull you right back into the middle of where you got to be.
You're very unselfish. You care for people. I know you're good at music, great at music, and then, but one of the things that majority of the persons, your fans, I'm one of them, that speak about is your nurturing. You take time out to encourage people, to empower them. They can win. You empower people every day to take them out of the situation of depression and oppression, and you put them into a good place. You always introduce them to Christ. That's very impressive because I've never met another disc jockey that does that.
I get it from my mama. Honestly speaking.
Hi, Mom.
I get it from my mother, Sonia Barnes. My mom is that one person that constantly reminds me of who I am. She has 3 kids, 3 of us, but I think she deals with us all individually differently. She knows what my sister's gift is, she knows what my brother's gift is, and they know what mine is. And for me, because my personality is the one where everybody pulls to and pulls from, she tries to keep me centered, to help me to remember where I'm coming from and remind me where I can go. So when I see somebody having difficult times, I often hear my mom in my head. Sometimes you hear me talking, it's my mom that I'm talking through. Like things that she says to me is what comes out of my mouth to other people. Nikki, don't qualify people. Nikki, don't allow people to make you feel like you're not great. There's greatness in you. My mother has a motto that she has, there's a word I'm looking for. It's her signature statement that your failing is not final. And a lot of times in life, we might feel like we're failures, when she reminds me that your failing is not final. So that positivity comes from her, from my mom. Honestly speaking, comes from my mother. Not to discredit my dad, because, he's a bishop, and, it's always about the word of God. But when it comes down to I always tell people that Christianity is practical living. Yeah. You can't all day long. I don't care how you look at it.
That tongue's so powerful.
That's the bishop.
I almost fell off the host chair.
You can't do that for all your life. You can't even do the hot color little bun dog and he shall come in a hand. You look under me, I look under you. You can't do that all your life. You got to remember that Christianity is practical living.
Yes.
So the practicality of Christianity is the natural side of it, to help you to remember that you might feel like you're going to lose your mind sometime. You can't always pray. Sometimes you're going to look at that bottle and say, I'm going to drink a little bit of you, but I'm not going to drink all of you. You feel what I'm saying? That's the practicality of Christianity. But then you're going to have some Christians that say, no, you don't have to drink nothing. That devil is a liar. Drink liquor bit and now hurt you. The Bible says a little bit is good for your belly. It's good for your soul. Drink liquor bit. Ballard say, oh, I feel like. Ballard says something with a liquor bit of wine. You be all right. This is water now. Balance yourself. We need balance. It ain't every day I'm going to pray, Pastor. I can't pray, Dr. Hunter, every day.
Yes.
I can't. There's sometimes I have to try to bury some birds that throw me out of the mood.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
Sometimes I have to listen to the prayers, but I'm behind this, okay, God, you know what? I know what the word says. I know the word from Genesis to Revelation. Do you understand what I'm saying? But it's not every day I want to hear that.
Yeah.
There's sometimes when I hear, He's still loving me. I'm like, God, come true, God. Come true.
So you believe in living a balanced life, and that's what you bring to the people out there when they listen to you on a daily basis.
Yes, because if your pastor telling you one thing and then you trying to live up to the expectations of the man, you got to follow God and not necessarily the man.
Right.
Because the man himself fails sometimes.
Yes.
Be honest with you, sometimes a man and a woman of God, they fail.
They do.
And this is why I look at ministries very weird when they can't open up and the pastor say, yo, you know, let me see a brown and I'm going to public and the battery just a jiggle saying, our princess, you know, because she look fine. Oh, I can't say, Bishop, that man looks so good. That's the balance.
Yeah.
If you can't be honest with your sheep about practical things, like a group in church, them say, kill my flesh, kill what? I don't want God to kill my nature. Don't kill my flesh, God. Help me to control my flesh, but don't kill my flesh.
Oh, that's powerful.
Control what I sometimes feel like is out of control.
Right.
And that's the problem that we're lacking as Christians and as humans is self-control.
Yes.
True self-control.
Yes, that's true.
So I try to give that on the radio. And at times it may seem like I'm not living up to what I preach. I'm human.
Yes, she is.
And then every day I'm going to live up to what I preach. Every day, sometimes I'm going to curse other people at. But no. I just have to balance myself too. Yes, sir.
She's funny. Oh my God, we're having a hilarious and a great interview right here on Pathway to Success. Tell us about Fly, because when I saw Fly, I remember that song Fly the Gate and Letting the Pirate. So when I saw Fly, I want to go say, what does this mean? I remember a song some years ago. You remember who did that song?
No, sir.
Fly the Gate and Letting the Pirate?
That was before my time.
That was before. Okay. I just remember you're still a. I'm way older than you are. Fly the Gate and Letting the Pirate.
No, I'm not listening to no pirate. No.
But tell us about Fly and what has been the impact of Fly since its conception.
Oh boy, Fly is my organization.
Yes.
Which is someone to an extent dormant. Because of COVID. Fly is first love yourself. That's what Fly means.
First love yourself.
First Love Yourself is an organization which is geared towards single mothers and children, helping them to remember that they can fly, to first love who you are as an individual.
Oh, that's great.
Oftentimes we are so unbalanced with who we are, not just as men, but also as women and men and women. And I kind of had to intertwine bringing men into my organization, because some of the men were like, Princess, why are you not thinking about us? You think we don't want to fly too? So it's basically telling women that you don't really need a man to push or validate who you are as a woman or individual. That a lot of us as women, we can find things about who we are, that we don't always have to tell a man, you know what I'm saying? My daughter need diapers, I need money. No, first know when you learn to know who you are as an individual, you won't necessarily need to always ask somebody for something, because you know who you are and just embrace who you are. A lot of us ain't gonna be a dime piece. A lot of us ain't gonna be a body honey. But you got to love all of who you are as an individual. And when you learn to love all of you, and I tell my radio listeners, take off your clothes. Stand in the mirror. Look at every role you got. Lord, I thank you for this role. I thank you for this role. I thank you for that role. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then when people look at you and say, my size, in your mind, are fluffy, are you fatty? You in your heart, you don't have to let that shake you, because you know who you are as an individual.
Yes.
You have first loved yourself. Yes, sir.
Oh, I love that. That's
yeah, that
inspiration
means
right there.
look here, me lose about 5 to something pounds, I'm gonna go to one funeral one time. Here, my cousin and one me never seen in years, and I hope y'all on here. Said to me, watching. What till you're 15? At the funeral. What a funeral? At my uncle's funeral. You know, say someday.
Wow, another funeral.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Yeah. Even though, you know, I was that insecure, that part of me was such a battle for me because, you know, I was always trying to lose the weight and couldn't lose it. Couldn't lose the weight. Until, you know, I was like, you know, I'm just going to let me step in front of the mirror naked and I count everything by my body from head to toe. And I loved who I am as an individual. Yes, sir.
Well, you know, this is very powerful because there are many persons who are going around low self-esteem and they're struggling with different type of things, you know, that they think that they should be look like maybe a movie star. But what you're doing, you're bringing the people to a realization that they should love themselves and appreciate who they are. They're unique and special in their own way, and I like that. But what you are one of the most educated disc jock in the entertainment. You have what inspired you to take a different turn and complete a degree in education and social work?
I segued into that through a person I met at a school. I can't remember his name right now. And every time I try to ask my brother and my sister, because they worked at the same school as me, I can't remember his name. It was a white gentleman who thought that education would be great for me. So I taught science, teaching kids how to make ice cream, and then I went upstairs and I taught math. And
very brilliant.
Yeah, for me, and I'm not good at math at all. I can only do 1 + 1 is 2. But that department was for the kids who knew 1 + 1 is 2. I am not a math person at all.
I was just about to accidentally with algebra.
No, sir, no drink.
No drink. None of that.
You give me science and give me something to write, I can do that.
Chemistry?
No, just science. I'm good in science. In sciences, I'm great in sciences. Yes, I can dissect and break things down and tell you what the biology of something is. When it comes on to 1 + 1, I just know this too. That's it. We're on the money now to make some money, honey. I can make some money with you and for you. When it comes down to this divided into that divided into this, me use a calculator. This right here on my phone. Anything else? You can't get that from me. No, nothing else. But 1 + 1 is 2. That's it.
As a successful person, and you know, we've seen a lot of women who have been through abusive relationship marriages. How did you cope, and what are some of the coping skills maybe you could share with any woman that's going through abusive, verbally or physical abusive relationship right now? Because you've been through it and you have won.
You need a wraparound intervention. You need family. You need a circle of people that you can entrust with your feelings. And when I say people you can entrust with your feelings, that means that a safe place where there's a no judgment zone. And I have a group of people. I want to shout out Sadia, big up yourself, Sadia. I love you. Devona, I love you. Liz, fabulous. Jimmy Bascom, Blacks, my boss. Yeah, and my girlfriend all the way in St. Thomas, the United States Virgin Islands, Denise, and my mom and them. You need a circle of people that's going to keep you balanced.
People as far as St. Thomas.
Yeah, my girlfriend, she lives in Georgia, but she's all the way in Virgin Islands right now. So you need a circle of people. So throughout my abuse and throughout some of my insecurities, I have a balance of people. Because, you know, even though I've been off radio and I'm going back on very, very quickly.
That's good. That's great.
I'm back on Super Jams, y'all.
Oh, wow.
Y'all about to drive me crazy.
Well, there've been a big request. People have been calling in, people saying they want you back on, they want you back on, and we're so excited.
And you know, it's the humility. I love I enjoy what I do. So for me, it's not like, oh, I want to be bigger than Super Jam, so I want to be bigger than Pathway to Success. No, it's like, let's get big together.
Yes.
Let's do this thing together. This is why I would never stop thanking Jimmy Bascom and Junior Blacks for bringing me to Super Jams Radio, because they brought me in right after I had lost my job, September 5th, 2020. And I've been on Super Jams Radio ever since then. And I really want to give them credence and tell them thank you for allowing me to be a part of their radio station. So I want not to make myself as an individual big. I want us to be big together. Feel what I'm saying?
Love that.
Together. Yes.
Well, you're a asset, Mr. I have met Mr. Junior Blacks. Want to shout out to him, the CEO of Super Reggae Jam,
Super Jam
Radio.
Yes.
Mr. Black, big up man, and but you are always motivated now to be to do what you do, right? Where do you get the motivation from daily? Because let's be real, we're a human being, right? You and I are a human being, right?
Yeah,
Sometimes you're going through a bad day.
Yeah, for us bonus flips.
Wow,
not that one time. Don't listen to me. I'm just joking. No,
she's just joking. Don't worry about it.
But make the ganja tea that mellow you out more. I'm joking too again. At the circle, you need a circle of people. Yeah. I'm gonna say it again. My mother often says, in order for you have to be a friend,
right,
before you need a friend.
Yes.
Some people are not friendly.
Right.
Some people are not receptive to people. Some people have so much attitude based off of the things that they've gone through. Some people are carrying things in their heart based off of what has happened in their past, that when somebody tries to be good to you, you don't even know how to accept the goodness because of all of the baggage you're carrying in your heart. Not realizing that you got to learn to let that go so you can progressively move forward for the greater good of who you are as an individual. I don't know where I get it from. I don't know. I don't know if it's my daughter, Talea, that keeps me mentally balanced. I honestly don't know. I like I said, I think it's a circle of my friends. Because there's days when I don't talk to nobody and my phone will be going off like, where you at? Why are you here? Right. It's just, I don't want to be by myself. They don't want that.
Right.
They don't want to not hear from me. So it's like, you got to have a circle of people. I have a circle of people. I talk to them every single day. And if I miss a beat and they don't hear from me in that chat, I went Princess Day, they go off. And I'll be like, looking at that chat, be like, I'm right here. But I just don't feel like being bothered. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I'm here. Gotta have a circle of people.
So what you're saying now, support is very important. Persons who you can sit and talk to that can help you during that time that you're going through, whatever struggles that you're going through.
I might be the most unconventional Christian, and I do consider myself a Christian. Y'all might not like it, but God likes it. I consider myself as unconventional. When I say unconventional, meaning that
you're marketplace Christian too.
I love when you say that.
Your marketplace.
Please break that down.
You're a marketplace. You're the type of Christian that is called to go out in the marketplace, and a lot of people feel uncomfortable.
A lot of people are uncomfortable with my Christianity because they feel like
I wonder why.
We must look like our pilgrims.
Oh, you must wear a robe and a sandal? And a sandals? And a sandal? Let's make you wear a robe and a sandals?
I got a little like pilgrim.
The devil is alive, so is his mother-in-law. That's not.
I come from old school.
Yeah.
I come from I won't call that. I come from old school apostolic, United Pentecostal, UPC, where we had to wear hats. We couldn't wear jewelry. We couldn't wear braids. We couldn't wear certain things. And the older I became, and with the change of time, God is still the same, but time changes. And that's the problem we be missing with all this religion that's going on. It's about the kingdom and the greater good of God. If God was supposed to judge me by my nail polish, but the person who looks like how you think a Christian should look, them are the porn star, and them are cuss, and them are thief, and them are liars, and them old people, and them are walk you over there. You see what I'm saying? But me, because I speak my mind, it irritates some people, and y'all get upset about it. I'm not going to and I don't get no sleep. I'm not going to my bed and try to sleep at night with nobody on my heart. When I go to my bed at night, you best believe I'm going to sleep good with a little bit of sleep I get. So for us, we have to really understand that we cannot judge people based off of how they look. And that's a lot of times that is what happens to me. Because they're like, you're not a Christian. I pay my house.
But the Bible says rent your heart.
Well, we're not looking to rent the heart and the garment.
We're not looking at that.
People go on SGGs and give you theology behind that. And we don't want to get theology behind rent your heart and not your garment. Because if you want to get to the rent your heart, not your garment, the Bible also talks about mixing fabric. You're supposed to wear cotton, you're supposed to wear linen, you're supposed to wear, you understand what I'm saying? So we're not going to get there. But we have to stop looking at what you think Christianity is.
Right.
And understand that God is not going to send somebody who look like a pilgrim to save you from what he knows you can be delivered from.
No. No.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
We think that the person that in chin is the person or the chapareta. Them can't talk to me. Me and my green and my whatever yellow nail polish can't talk. You best believe. Come in here like a demon. I'll lay hands and cast them out real quick. You better believe it. Come on, talk to me.
Well, we're having a great time, Princess Nikki. How do you because I asked you a question about motivation, because you yourself have to be motivated before you go on. Because I know that you're human.
It's hard.
Because sometimes, if once you get up and you're going through a bad day, and then you come up. I reckon that whenever I listen to you, you make us laugh. You encourage us.
There were days when I was on the air.
How do you motivate? How do you motivate
right
yourself?
Before I get on the air, I be having bad days. There were days when I put my phone, the radio station call button on mute and cry, and nobody knows but my circle of friends that I'm crying.
But also in your journey, did you have to cut off some friendships and relationships?
You know, I don't really have much friends.
Right.
The people who are my friends, been my friends.
Right.
I don't really have. If people consider me their friend, it's because they're considering me their friend.
Right.
I don't really let a lot of people in my gateway.
Right.
I don't. Because being a pastor's child, we have been taught to put up a universal front. So we basically see it all as pastor's children. So for the most part, my gate is closed, but it's open. It's an oxymoron. I can see through the gate, but you can't come through the gate. Make sense?
Makes sense.
So I don't know how to even answer that. I have a lot of people who love me, and a lot of people consider me as their friend. But do I consider them as my friend? I consider them as people that I'm friendly with. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. My friends know who the hell I am. Right. Y'all know who I am. My friends know me, and I know my friends.
Princess, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Child in a mansion, on a hill, far away. I don't even know. 5 years from now, honestly speaking, I would love to be on mainstream television. And I know they say in order for you to grow, you gotta go. But Super Jams has been great to me. I can't even say it, and I don't want to separate where I am for my greatness, because the way how people really knew of me in Palm Beach is because of that radio station. I'm for those of you who are listening, I come on the radio on Super Jams Radio in West Palm Beach, Florida. Glass House is me. It's me on something, but Glass House is me. So Princess Nikki B in Glass House it is registered. That is who I am. So the next 5 years from now, I want to still be a part of where I am, but I want to be on mainstream television or mainstream. I want to say radio station because I'm on a mainstream radio station now, but I want them to pull me from where I am because I don't want to leave out where I'm at. Right. You feel me? Because I believe if I'm big, they should be big too.
I like that. Well, you heard it from the best. Yeah. Unselfish, nurturing, caring, uplifting, motivational. I believe I can see you having a show like Wendy Williams or Steve Harvey.
Yes, I would love to do that. I want to launch Glass House like that. I want to launch.
What gave you that idea, Glass House? I know you have other glasses anyway, but I know you have your glasses, but what? Tell me. Tell me that one. I want to know, man.
You know, Pastor, let me tell you a lie. I've been over there for so long. I don't know. My show before, I was on Brother Gary's show.
What was that?
Let's Talk About It.
Let's Talk About It. Okay.
That was the name of what that was the end up being my book. Let's Talk About It. And I don't know. I just felt like we all live in a glass house. And a lot of people never knew that song until I played it on Glass House, which is the Pizza Touch song. If you live in a glass house, don't throw stones. And if you can't take blows, brother, sister, don't throw stones. I don't know. I think that we as a human race, we are very pretentious. We allow people to see what we want them to see. We only allow people to see what's on the surface of who we are. We don't allow people to see in depth who we are. So this is why I say this is Glass House. And I have been an administrator for a team of pastors. And some of y'all might be on here right now. And for me, I digress. Let me not even go there. For me, it's just that I think that the human race is pretentious. And I think that we have to be careful of how we treat each other because we're already living in a glass house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're really living in a glass house. That means that we're all doing something that somebody don't know about, somebody can't see, and we have to stop throwing stones at each other because today for me and tomorrow for you, that person might be doing could be something you could be doing too, where that person's going through. It could be something that you're going through. Everybody's struggle is different. I don't know. Glass house is powerful. Everyone asks me that. I just don't know how to respond because I don't know where it came from. It just came.
Well, your response is clear. I mean, don't judge others.
Church. I think church is basically how I came up with that, the whole glass house thing, because we as Christians overall, or people who are of the faith, are very pretentious. I don't care if you're a Rasta man, you blow a chalice and you sit on in front of a tribe. I don't care if you read a Psalms, you could have chant a Proverbs, you could be Muslim, Anglican, Moravian, any form of religion, you're in a glass house. All of you. Even if you were atheist, you're in a glass house. And we got to be careful to knock those stones.
No,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yes.
You'll be at one of the biggest gospel events. I think it's this coming Sunday. We have some very powerful performers.
Yes, sir.
Could you name? You'd be the MC.
Well, you know, Marion Hall,
Uh-huh.
when she first started doing gospel, they flew me from Boston, my hometown where I used to live, to host an event there. So I know Lady Soul, so I know Marion Hall.
Mm-hmm.
She's a minister, and she's serious about her ministry in reference to what she brings on stage. Pastor Tyrone, which is Papa San, I've known him for over 20 years. Him and his wife did about 20-something years. I've known him for years, a long time. And I was once a part of his ministry. But where he was, where I lived, was so far for me to continue going, which is in Hollywood at the time. So I just ended up, because my ex-husband used to play lead guitar. He used to play lead guitar for Papa San. I think he did play lead guitar for Sands Church. I don't remember. But we were going together at one point. So this concert is taking place on this weekend coming up with Lady Song, which is Marion Hall now, Evangelist Pastor Marion Hall, along with Papa San himself, which is Pastor Tyrone Thompson, and along with Gallimore, which is the person that is putting on this event. He's also a prolific artist. Shepherd, AG Icon is going to be there, and the Badman DJ himself, the one and only prodigal son, he's going to be there also. And Carrie Diamond is also on this event. If you don't know who Carrie Diamond is, she's a little. Carrie Diamond is a swinging across between Tanya Stevens, again, she bad. And I have known the names that I just called out, including Shepherd. Excluding Shepherd and Agent Icon, I've known the names that I've called out: Prodigal, Gallimore, Carrie Diamond. I've known them for X amount of years. So this is not the first minister Gallimore is putting on this event. Any event that he has, I normally host it. So for those of you who don't know nothing about me in church, trust me, come out to this event this coming. Yeah, you'll be blessed.
It's going to be a great event. DJ Gallimore has been doing so much in this community.
Yeah.
As a philanthropist and also a businessman and one who loves the Lord.
Yes, he does.
And he's a great. We just had an interview with him. It was a great interview. And so, pathway to success. We'll be there.
He has the heart of the people.
Yes, he has the heart for the people.
He has the heart for the people.
Yeah.
And I like the platform that you're doing in reference to Pathway to Success. And the crazy thing is that a lot of people, when I told them I was coming on Pathway to Success, they never even knew what this was. Right. So we're going to flip this.
Yeah.
Who is Pathway to Success?
That's a great one.
Let's go.
Pathway to Success is yours truly sitting right here. Consider the black sheep of the family. Consider the one that gave. You understand where we're coming from? The one that got most whipping among the kids. The one that had to be talked to most anyone. But I stayed the course. Changes happen. And after a period of time, I recognized if I don't make a change, I will not be able to leave a legacy behind.
Okay.
And so
that is such a diplomatic way.
That's a diplomatic way of doing it. It's a diplomatic.
No, because
it's an inspirational. It's an inspirational to inspire people.
Now the reason I'm saying is a lot of you are on my platform that are watching, but I want you all to know if you're an artist, this is a platform. It is not a religious-based platform. It is a platform that actually interviews people so other people can know that they're on the pathway to be successful, or are they on the pathway of success. So if you are an artist or if you're an author, and I want to talk about my girlfriend real quick, sir.
Yes.
You asked me when I see myself in 5 years. We got to go because I'll be talking all night. We got to go. It's time for us to go.
No.
Go to another commercial.
No.
Okay.
Before we can do another commercial.
The next 5 years, you asked me. This has always been something that I've done by myself. I never had a team of people behind me. Kohl's is one of my biggest sponsors. Publix is one of my sponsors, and the people who
that's good. Kohl's, Publix, wow.
Being in radio for a long time, I could pick up my phone and call a manager of Publix and say, I need diapers and wipes, turkey, I need meat, I need this. He said, Nicole, give me 24 hours. I'll tell you which Publix to meet me at. I put a cart or a pallet together for everything that you need. So the reason I'm saying this to you is that I've been doing this fly for a long time by myself. So the next 5 years, I don't want to be doing it by myself.
Oh, no.
I want to have a team of people
that part of Pathway to Success today.
Yes.
She's a part of Pathway to Success.
Yeah.
You'll be doing a lot of interviews right here.
Yes, I want a team of people to be with me. I don't know what it is that caused people to give to me or love me the way that they do. I guess it's because of transparency. Men are teeth and a rubber. If I say I need $500, when I get the $500, they're gonna see, okay, I bought 46 fish, and I bought some flour to make some dumpling and rice and blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show them where the money I go. I'm not gonna take them the money, so you can think that it's going somewhere else. So I don't want to keep doing this by myself. I would like to have a team of people that's with me doing it, or for me to collaborate, to be with a team of other people to make what I do successful. So one day I went away into my room, in my hotel room, and my girlfriend, Liz, Patricia, AKA Bazin, and I want you to interview her, sir.
Yes.
She wrote a book that's called One More Thing Before You Leave Home. And she's the person who really showed me that when people speak negative about you, tune it out. She told her own friend that she had for over 20-something years, I'm going to write a book. And her friend said, where you going with that little old pamphlet? You hear the response? Where you going with that little old pamphlet? Like, where you going with that? What you about to write is foolishness. You got to listen to your friends when they tell you that you're doing great things. If Dr. Hunter says, I'm about to start school, and somebody said, school for what? Look at my school around here. That's not your friend.
Oh.
If your friend say, a school? Come on, what you need? You need my help? What can I do to help you? Listen to listen to the noise of the crowd around you. I know they were screaming to crucify Jesus, but it had to be one person was saying, save him, nobody kill him, save him. But because the noise of the crowd was so loud saying, crucify him, that one person who was saying, save him, didn't make a difference. This is why we have to be careful with our connections. So I was in my room one day, and my girlfriend Liz has taught me this. This is why I don't waver and I don't shake on whatever I need, because I know God is going to provide it. She said to me, no, Nikki, God is going to provide the vision. He's going to provide the provision for your vision. You see, from the moment she said that to me, there's nothing I have ever stepped out on, and God has not provided the vision. He's not provided my vision at all. So whatever it is you need, God can provide the provision for your vision. If you want to be a nurse, step out there and do it. If you want to go back to school to be a lawyer, step out there and do it. If you want to cook, be a chef, be a seamstress, you want to do hair, whatever it is you know you can and you want to do, stop telling people. See, the thing is that we're so connected to the wrong source, the wrong people. There shouldn't be nobody in your circle that you tell something that you want to do and they don't say to you, I'm behind you and push you to be great. Are you saying me push him?
Push.
No, man, nobody lean. You have to be able to push and lean on somebody that's going to stand firm to be like, I got you. You know how much times my friends got me? And I just want to say to Liz, I love you for telling me about God will make the provision for my vision. And she wrote a book, and her book hit #1 in Barnes & Noble.
Wow.
And her book is called One More Thing Before You Leave Home. And it's things in that book that a lot of us need to know about that they don't know about. She's not a realtor. She's not any of that stuff, but she's well connected within the source of that. You see how I'm digging on my friend?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I gave my friend a shameless plug. That's my friend. That's what we do. And I wanted to say thank you to Pathway to Success for having me.
Thank you for coming on.
I really appreciate you.
Thank you for being. She's now a part of the Pathway to Success program and team. So you'll be Princess Nikki will be interviewed on this platform. Get ready for that. And we're so happy to have her part of Pathway to Success. I believe that this interview has been the best interview that we've had all here.
Oh, I lie.
What is she talking about?
What say?
Hold on. You don't like when a Kingston him telling the truth?
No, man.
I thought we were the realest people from Jamaica.
No, people them from Kingston and Tiffany.
Kingston? Let me hear Canada Kingston again, man.
Kingston, with their port for me. Kingston, no stuff. No, but
I love your nails.
thank you. I got my nails done. Another
That's
shameless,
beautiful.
another
Who is
shameless plug.
Who is this?
Janice, big old man,
Big up,
Janice.
Janice.
Big up Janice.
Big
My
up
nails,
Janice.
yeah.
You need to come on here and let us interview you.
Yes, Janice. You need to come and get an interview.
And that author, Patricia
Bazin. You can
want to
find
shout
her.
her out. We'd love to interview her in Pathway. So if you're watching right now, we'd love to interview you in Pathway to
I
Success.
am Patricia E. Bazin on Facebook. I am Patricia E. Bazin on Instagram. That is her name. And then I have another friend by the name of Fabulous. He's into movies and he's in New York. So I'm well connected with a lot of people.
So they'll be right here.
Yes, and I'm connected to another
Oh,
friend
you
by
may
the
just
name
fly them in
of
one of these
Devona
days.
and Sadia, and I love my friends. I do. I love they keep me balanced. They really do.
And we love you here at Pathway to Success. How can people reach you now? Because there are many persons, I know they can get you
There's a
on.
lot of people that are still calling me, even though I'm not on the radio. I'm going back on.
You're
People have
on this
inboxed-
week.
People have inboxed me about their situations. They're crying out, and
Will you go on for a longer, more days than what you usually do, or you're still thinking about
Huh?
that? Well, maybe that should be an off-the-air question. But the demand is so great that now that we find that you're coming on back, we'll be back on. We just want you to hear your voice every day. So that's why I'm asking that question.
Let me be honest with you.
Yeah.
Radio, and this is not to discredit the radio station that I work for. Radio, radio takes sponsorship for a person like me to be on radio every day. When I say sponsorship, everyone, you hear people in pods.
Right.
You don't hear certain people every day. I'm probably the only person that come on the radio every day besides the morning show. And the morning show is the owners that come on, Junior Blacks and Jeannie Bascom. So for me to be on every single day, Wednesdays is the only day that I require off because somebody already has that slot, which is Earth Angel. But for me to come on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, it's a possibility for me to come back on at the same time from 12 to 3. But radio sells. For those of you who have a business, please invest in pushing your radio, your business on radio. It's great to have internet presence, But radio sells. It's nice you can turn on the radio and you hear your business are pumping on the radio. You know what I'm saying? It's a big difference. You feel it. So for me to be on every day, Jojo. But just prophetically speak over me, Dr. Hunter, please.
I declare and decree you'll be on radio and television every day. Well, more often.
You missed the money part tonight.
No, hold on. Let me speak. Sponsorship. Because with your voice and what you bring to the people, I believe that there are sponsors that people are watching right now that will come on board and sponsor.
I think I'm too afraid to say what I really want. And that's the problem because I don't like disappointments. I rather be a go-getter than for somebody to say, I promise you this, and they don't give it to me. And this is not about Dr. Hunter or about the radio station. This is just about anybody overall. I'd rather hustle than for somebody to be like, I'm gonna give you this, and it don't work out. So for me to be on radio every day, it takes funding every day.
Right.
Not just for me alone, but for the radio station, for me to be there. You'd have to go through the station to take care of me or, for that to work. And I miss a part of the ministry that I would give to the people. Let me tell you something about Super Jams, about Glass House, what I realized. You said to me, Dr. Hunter, that I am a part of the marketplace. That ain't never left me when you said it.
Yeah.
There's a pastor who comes on with me on Mondays and Fridays by the name of Pastor Everton. And people often say that they miss the gospel segment.
That's your sidekick, Bonnie and Clyde. we love hearing both of you. As a matter of fact, I was that gospel concert that you had down there by Empire. I was there, and my word, both of you were just hilarious. There's a connection.
Yes,
there's a chemistry.
It's a pure chemistry.
Yes, pure.
Because you might look a bad boy, I just have to just really much. Why you going with you, sir? Let me just give you like today. I was at a church today. Pastor Everton was at that church today. I ain't just size me up, like he said something like, "You're joking, yeah."
Bad boy, Pastor Everton later want to big you up, man. His rest.
I gotta jump back in my skin like, yeah, the pastor of Glass House tell me, the pastor of Glass House. The pastor of Glass House told the pastor of Glass. Remember I said, Pastor Everton is the pastor of Glass House.
Yes.
And he said to me, the pastor of Glass House, him said something to me. And I can't remember what he said to me. Like him just saying, you're joking, Or every time I said, nobody try bad enough with me joking, So people tell me they missed that part.
Yes, they missed it. So both of you.
Yeah, so Glass House is just not about me playing my secular, about me playing my reggae. It's about me really talking to remind us of who we are as individuals. Because we all have greatness locked up inside of us. We're all battling with some insecurity that we don't want other people to know about. And I thank God that Pastor Everton gives me that balance in the day and then balance on a Friday. He bounces out on a Monday to start the week, and he bounces us out on a Friday to close the week. And I would meet people on the street that say, yo, he's not a Christian, they say that gospel segment,
Powerful.
Oh, I miss you guys. I'm tired of y'all asking for me to come on. I'll be back. I'm coming back. So you can sow into my ministry. I know this is about Pathway to Success. You have not because you ask not. That is the word of God.
That's what the word
says.
I
can't take up an offering for myself.
You can.
Not make you officiate over it. Pastor T, pretty and white tea.
Just like yours.
No, my tea.
Just like yours. Just like eat another kid.
No, kid, sugar kid.
No, sugar kid. Peroxide.
Yeah. And listen to me.
Peroxide.
This is why I say, we have to really know who we are as individuals.
Yes.
There's a balance. Balance yourself with everything. And I first started on radio and I said, when you get up in the morning, adjust your internal thermostat.
Okay.
so it can work with what's going on the outside. Precondition your mind. Every morning you wake up, today's going to be a good day. You think every day I have good days? No, I don't. But you see, when I feel like I'm about to have a bad day, I put on yellow. I put on something bright to help me carry myself through the day. And that sometimes still don't work. And I often talk to myself. I know y'all think I'm crazy. I have conversations with myself all the time.
But you don't answer yourself. I always say if you talk to yourself,
I answer myself all the time.
Whoa,
I don't need Xanax. I don't need
that's another show right there. You answer yourself. Wow, okay, go ahead.
I answer myself. When I say, Nicole, come on, we got to get this done. What you think? Get it done, girl. That's me answering myself.
Right.
Get it done.
Right.
So the thing is that sometimes we're waiting for other people to validate who we are. Validate yourself,
So,
man.
Validate
Talk
yourself.
to yourself and answer your box. That's kind of problem. Wait for some of y'all in Jamaica. We wait for the man around the corner to validate us when we can't really speak to who we are. So I try to adjust my internal thermostat every day. Sometimes I'm battling on Dr. Hunter.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm battling within me. I'm like Paul. I am Paulisha. I am Paul in the Bible. I am. The good that I ought to do, I do not, because every day evil presents itself. And you think I want to be jumping an orange suit? I'll jump in an orange suit real quick and catch a case. But I got to be talking to myself. I have conversations. Nicole, it's not worth it.
No.
Nikki, it's not worth it. Sabrina, it's not worth it. Talk to you. Adjust your internal thermostat. Pray for you. Anoint yourself. I pray for myself all the time. I cover myself all the time. I'm going to my car and say, Father, I'm going to cover myself on the road. And I'm not driving just for myself. I'm driving for he, she, and the little old lady. Because the little old lady people sometimes can't even drive. But you got to cover yourself for everybody. He, she, and the old lady. I'm covering me, he, she, and the old lady. Everybody. So, yeah, that's it.
Wow. What a great interview, Princess Nikki.
You are right, Doctor.
Beautiful Princess Nikki coming in on Pathway to Success and sharing this inspirational story for her life. How she started and where she's at today. I want to thank you for joining us on Pathway to Success. And in close, I want to remind you, you said something very key, validate yourself.
Yes, sir.
You are a success story. All you need to do is start writing that story and get ready. Who knows, you could be the next guest on Pathway to Success.
So you can find me on Instagram.
Tell them where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Princess, PRINCESS, Nikki, NIKKI, on Facebook at Princess Nikki B, or Nicole Barnes. You can inbox me, message me. A lot of people have been inboxing and messaging me. And I pray that God finds peace for you all. Because right now I'm not doing any form of donations. I'm not doing any back to school, nothing at all. And I know the market has opened back up, and a lot of people are expecting for me to do a backpack giveaway. I just came from one today with the radio station and Wow Party Bus, which is Reggae Palm Beach. So it wasn't something that I was looking at doing right now because we just officially started to open back up. But like I said before, I don't want to continue to do things on my own. I want to be connected. We got to be connected to the right source, good people, in order for us to move. Money attracts money.
Yes, it's true.
Two broke people can't go nowhere. I said it in Jamaican. Two broke people can't go nowhere. It's like the blind leading the blind. Connect with somebody who you know that believes in your vision and that can move forward with your vision, and that will help you to also make your vision move according to how you want it to go. So you can find me on Instagram at Princess NIKKIB, just one B, or on Facebook at my legal government name, which is Nicole Barnes, in bracket, it's Princess Nikki B. And then I have a second page, which is Princess Nikki B. And then another page is Princess Nikki B, radio personality. Then the fourth page is Bedroom Bully. Yeah. So I'm just giving you all of who I am.
Oh, yeah. Bedroom Bully.
Yeah. That's another show. That's
another show. You're the one who made those titles? Because
I have a show called Bedroom Bully.
Wow. When can you... Now, get ready. This is just the first the first segment of the show.
We're gonna be doing the dating show soon. Yeah, we're gonna be doing the dating show.
Get ready.
We got a dating show.
We have a dating show.
Yeah.
That's gonna be that one is gonna be off the chain.
We have a dating
People
show
gonna
coming
love
up.
that. Tell them a little bit what it's gonna be like.
Okay, so I don't want to give out the sauce of the dating show, but we got a lot of single people, and we're gonna bring a gentleman on. We're gonna interview different men who would like to be a part of the dating show. And you know, when I first started radio, people asked me about that.
Yeah.
People are like, why you don't do a dating show?
Well, we're doing it right now on television.
Yeah,
Let's do it on television, right?
For those of you who like to find a husband, find a wife, and not a knife, we're gonna set it up for you. I love you guys. Be blessed. Yes, and if you like to sow into my ministry, it's $ Princess Nikki. That's all it is. Princess Nikki B. I branded everything as Princess Nikki Nikki. Dr. Hunter, thank you.
Thank you for having us. I love you too.
Blessed. Yes, sir.
Have a great week.
Thank
Path to success.
you.
Great show.